What's going on, everybody? It's Kelly, and welcome to my review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie, the newest one that just came out. And a lot of people have a lot of issues with it because it's made by Michael Bay. If you're wondering why I use this mic, because honestly, with my commentaries, it is much better with this mic. And if I put it right up in front of me, it picks me up much better. Anyway, so on to the subject. We just watched the movie with our kids. Me and my wife took our kids to the theaters. We sat down, we watched it, and I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was well worth the time to go into the theater and watch it in the big screen. Now, the price, on the other hand, of movie tickets is ridiculous, and that's a whole nother subject. But let's go ahead and go over a little bit about what people have issues with the idea of this movie and what's been going on. So a lot of people are getting upset because they changed some of the origin story of the Turtles. Initially, they were talking about the Turtles being aliens from outer space, and then there was talk about a couple other things, and they kind of stuck with the original story that the Turtles were mutants. They were mutated from being turtles, and of course, Splinter from a rat. The movie, graphically, amazing looking. Absolutely amazing looking. I thoroughly enjoyed all the graphics. Even the new Shredder, which you've probably seen in all the previews. The new Shredder looked really freaking cool, I have to say. I just blew my mind. And I initially got into this thinking, okay, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this because I grew up watching the Turtles. I watched the 80s Turtles, the 90s Turtles, the early 2000s, and that horrible TV show that lasted one season with the live-action Turtles, and I think it was about 2007, 2009. I can't remember exactly what year that was, but there was another one right before the current series. I watched them all. I enjoyed them all. They were all worth watching. They were all different incarnations of a story and characters we love. And that's a great thing. You know, that is a great thing to watch this stuff happen. Plus, before anybody gets all purist and stuff like that, oh no, they're they're changing everything too much and yada yada yada. Think about it. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles story and everything has changed since the 80s when it was created. So, I mean, we can't really... Wow. I'm sorry about that. We can't really complain about how they're changing it so much because they've changed it a lot in the first place. It has departed from the initial story several times since then. And it's gotten better, it's gotten worse, it got really shitty at one point. But, you know, all in all, they were all very, very enjoyable to watch. I enjoyed them thoroughly. So we come to this movie where they have changed some of the origin story, as I stated earlier, and they made a couple different, tweaks to it. I have to say, I enjoyed it for what it was. It was, once again, another rendition of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I grew up on. That's awesome. God, why am I yawning so much? I'm sorry about that. And, I was happy with it. Mikey was goofy as crap. Donatello was the nerd, very smart, very nerdy. And Raph was always angry. And Leo was, yes, I am the leader. You will listen to me. Yada, yada, yada. Stuff like that. They played their roles very well. Each turtle was defined quite well in that respect. Shredder left something to be desired, but in the long run for this reinventation, I thought he did very well, and I enjoyed what they had to show for me. Megan Fox as April O'Neil, I could have done without, I could have done with, whatever. That's a moot point right there. The guy, Will Arnett, played Vern, which is pretty hilarious, and he did a good job. I got to give it to him. He did a good job. So, in all, I'm going to tell you this. If you like the Turtles, and you want a good laugh, and you want to enjoy yourself, go check it out. It's worth it, to me. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it told you a little bit. Now on to the spoiler part. This is where I'm going to get into a little bit more about the differences. So, if you don't want to know about it and you're going to go see the movie, thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment. If not, hang around. And I'm going to talk about a little bit of it. So the plot is, of course, 4 turtles raised by a rat, trained in the art of ninjutsu. And they came out to stop the Foot Clan. Now, the story of the Foot Clan is a little different. You know, it is... They don't ever really... Sorry. They don't ever really talk about Oroku Saki. And Omaro Yoshi is nowhere to be seen in the storyline. That's kind of interesting. But what they did reintroduce is April's father. Introduce. Well, he's in the current cartoon. I don't remember if he was in any of the earlier ones at all. But what they've done is the turtles were genetically engineered at TGRI, which is the company that one of the bad guys owns, of course. And he was trying to engineer a mutagen that would cure and help regenerate people from like a gas attack, stuff like that. And April's father found out what was going on, and he set the place on fire and tried to destroy any of the evidence. Well, whenever the place was on fire, April, of course, saved the turtles and set them free, and they grew up. And Splinter finds a book, and that he learns how ninjutsu from the book, and teaches them, and they grow up, and they go out, and they venture on. That's the basic origin story for this movie, and I thought I like it. It is a solidly good origin story. I enjoyed it. Okay, and otherwise from that, I like what they did with the turtles. To my eyes, regular human-sized turtles, to an extent, is foreseeable. But I mean, these guys are mutated. So technically, in the movie, they're telling everybody that they're 6 feet tall, which I'm almost 6 feet tall. But what makes these guys imposing, in that sense, is that they are 6 feet tall. But they are also humongously built. They're ripped. Raphael is bigger than everybody else, muscle size. Donatello is tall and lanky like a nerd. Like we always imagine a nerd. Michelangelo is a little shorter and a little bit bulkier, like a class clown. And Leo is your very stereotypical leader-looking type guy. So, I mean, they kind of hit the stereotype things with the way they should look per their attitude. And that's awesome. I absolutely love that idea. There are plenty of scenes in this movie that it's like, yeah, that is funny. And it's... I'm losing my train of thought here. Sorry about that. It's good. It's not as bad as everybody was thinking it was going to be. And it's stuck true enough to the turtles that I knew and loved growing up that I thoroughly enjoy it, and I highly recommend you guys check it out if you want to. So thanks for watching my little review. I appreciate it. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.